it?
No.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of That's My Jam. Welcome and happy Easter to all of you. This week, I have Chef Jeremy again, and we are going to show you our sweet and savory side with some of our products. Can't wait to show you these. These are always going to be quick meals, under 30 minutes, and in some cases, under 15 minutes. We, thus far, have had 7,092 views. That tells us that you like it. So let us know if there's anything you'd like to see us make with our products. And please, please, please follow us on Facebook so you'll get notifications about our sales and all the special news and upcoming events. We have some really exciting news to share today. Beginning October 1, we are opening up a second location for the holiday season at Warwick Mall. So you'll be able to get our products 7 days a week, and we're pretty excited about that. So without further ado, happy Easter from my family to yours, and Mr. Jeremy's going to take it from here.
All right. Okay, so how's everybody doing? How's the picture look today? We're having a little different camera view, and we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're just, all right. We all set now? Volume, to shut that volume right down there, we're good. All right, welcome everybody to That's My Jam. And today we are going to be making sweet and savory treats. We're also going to be making let me get on my
Get on your game.
I know, today's been a rough day. Let's start right from the beginning. All right, so here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making croissants. We're going to be making ham and cheese croissant with our honey mustard, and we're also going to be making strawberry filled croissants and blueberry filled croissants. Okay, so basically it's very simple, and this is how we're going to do it. We did buy the pre-package, worked very well. As you know, we do use an air fryer quite often in here. Just something that we prefer to use, and it also cooks very well. Once again, our recipes, as you have seen throughout the weeks here that we have done, that we do use the air fryer in almost every single one. Okay, let me get my extra plate. Little discombobulated today, but that's what makes live so interesting, because things can go whichever way they will. On these, you're not really going for looks. I really wouldn't be worried about looks. Sometimes when you open these, as you can see, the triangles don't really come as full triangles. Once again, the finished product is what it's all about, and we're going to show you how to prepare those right now. First one I'm going to do is we're going to do some, I think we'll do the blueberry first. If you haven't had our dark berries yet, the dark berries are very, very good. Basically, you just want to put down your triangle, and we're just going to scoop. Nice little bit of jam inside. And this is always the question, how much? A tablespoon, a teaspoon, do you spread it out, do you not? It kind of all depends on how you want it to look in the end. If you're doing it as appetizers, or if you're doing it for a presentation, probably a little bit less, like this amount inside. That way it's not bursting out when the finished product happens. If you're eating them at home and you like a lot of filling, go ahead and fill them right up. So I just kind of take them, we're going to spread them out a little bit, just a little there. Almost, I'd say almost to about 2 to 3 inches from the end. And if you go more, basically what's just going to happen is, unfortunately, it's just going to kind of come out in the air fryer and puff up. When you take it, you don't want to do a nice really tight roll. You kind of want to make it kind of a nice fluff roll, so that way when it's turning, there you go. So there's one. And let's see, make a second. And we are going to finish them off with an egg Why can't I talk today? Egg wash?
Wash.
An egg wash topping. And we're also finish them off with a little bit of confectionery sugar. I will tell you that I do feel very comfortable when I do this, that sometimes I actually forget that I am being filmed, because it's just, you know, even though I have bright lights and stuff, you kind of forget sometimes that there are people that are going to watch this. Thousands, as Deb said. Also, we always want to come back to our website, weebejamminri.com. weebejamminri.com. That will bring you right to our website. From there, that is, you're going to be able to get, you can even click onto our Facebook from there. You can get to our events page, where vendors can then find out what upcoming events we have and how much they cost and the application fees and how we work. And this is our strawberry one. And I'm going to make 2 of each one. And what I would suggest is right about the time you're about halfway done, my air fryer per se, I put it on to a bake. Actually, has a picture of a croissant. And we do it at I'm going to go 325, and we're going to put it at 10 minutes. And what that's going to do right now is get that to a preheat. And if you guys have any recipes that you would like to have us make on here, it could be anything from, hey, I have a pork loin at home, I got some ribs. As we get into the warmer months, I'm hoping to bring in some grill products. Once we have some grill products, then that I think will be, make people even more want some of our products. We are going to egg wash these. So this is our egg. You just need one. Basically, I got a double yolker on the one. There was a teaspoon of water in the bowl before, and that's just to make sure that you're getting a very, very good consistency of the egg wash. You do not want any lumps, and the more you get that going, you might need to use I'm trying it with the whisk. I may have to go over to a fork. I prefer usually a metal whisk, and can really get it whipped in there. Not trying to make it foam, but just trying to make it really homogeneous. All right, so we have these 4 here that we're going to egg wash. Okay, get our pan here. Put our 2 blueberry up front. Put our 2 strawberry in the middle. Okay. Before I egg wash those, I am going to now switch over and we are going to do ham and cheese croissants. Like I said, sometimes when you take them out of the bucket, they're not. It's dough. Just reform it back into what you need it to look like, triangle-wise or anything like that you need. And we have here just a couple pieces of ham, a couple pieces of cheese. I just pre-cut the cheese into a triangle form. The reason we left them big, we kind of like to see a nice little of it coming out on the sides. Kind of gives you that little crust. Now some people say, oh, I want all my ingredients inside. You could double them up. You can make a calzone. I mean, there's so many ways you can do this. These are just very simple recipes that people a lot of times don't think of. We have our jalapeno honey mustard. This jalapeno honey mustard is phenomenal. It is, don't let the word jalapeno scare you. It is not as hot as people even think. It doesn't burn your tongue or anything like that. It has a little bit of a spice to it. Definitely a try. I'm going to take a little dollop of this. The reason I'm not going to put too much is because if it burns, unfortunately what can happen is it can get all just between the ham and cheese, a little dollop. We do not want it to come out because then it could brown and burn, and that's not going to be good for presentation for sure, especially if you're going to do quick appetizers. Give yourself a little pull. Once again, you don't want to wrap it, so you don't want to wrap it tight. You want to give it a nice loose wrap so it kind of blows up and puffs a little bit. Okay. And like I said, some of them sometimes just have to be reformed into a triangle. Not a big deal. Take another little dollop of this. If you guys can smell this right now, oh, it is so good. A little dollop there. Roll that. Like I said, not tight. Nice overlap. Put that there. And that's up to you if you want to put the egg wash on these. I'm actually going to put the egg wash on one and not on one, just to see the difference of how you can see one is going to come more, I'd say, flaky and a little bit more brown in color. So we're going to take these two, put them on here, and the egg wash. Just using a silicone brush. And once again, we're not trying to make scrambled eggs. We're not trying to put them all on there and have them dripping everywhere. So just a nice coating. There we go. And once again, you really can't mess this up because if anything, appearance-wise might be the only thing that you might not like, but it's going to taste phenomenal because wonderful. The jam, of course, obviously, we're talking about very, very few ingredients. We're going to get to that in a second. So this is what they look like. Hopefully you guys can see those there on the screen. And as you can see, there's not egg dripping everywhere. You want to just keep them nice and light. We're going to throw these in. These are in there right now at 325. And I'm going to bump that up. I'm pretty sure it was 350. I'm not sure why I think that, but just for now, we're going to bump that up to 350, and we're going to let that cook. We have a little bit of confectionery sugar that we're going to put over the top after. Let me move some of this stuff here out of our way for when we have our final presentation. And of course, there's some leftovers, so you know, everybody likes a little bit of dough. You gotta eat while you cook. That's one of the things. People told me that that everyone eats while they cook. And if they don't, then they're lying to you. So you gotta keep tasting things as it comes out. All right. Also, as I was saying we have our new labels. This is one of them, the strawberry jam. I'm thinking that you guys can see this just a little bit better with the lighting that we did this week and a new camera. Ingredients. We are looking at 4 ingredients. Sugar, strawberries, lemon juice, pectin. That is it. That is why our jams are so good. It just comes down to ingredients. Even when you're looking at the ingredients here on your honey mustard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ingredients. You just can't go wrong, and might as well do the blueberry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ingredients. So our stuff is extremely fresh. And we do take pride in a lot of our products here. We are now up to 119 products. We could probably go do recipes every day of the year, probably for at least, I don't even know, 5 years straight. I'm looking at the camera right now. Behind the camera is all our barbecue products, and I just cannot wait to start using those barbecue products. Any type of meat we'll start off with. Then we have our chicken dipping sauce. Chicken dipping sauce is phenomenal for dipping. I would say it's a play on the Chick-fil-A sauce. It's a smoky honey mustard. Very, very good as well. So some people might not like the jalapeno honey mustard. Chicken dipping sauce, you're going to get that smoky honey mustard. You can put that right in there. You'll still have great flavor, and you'll not have as much of a hotness. See what else I get to look at the products while I'm talking to you guys, so it's kind of simple. Our peach bourbon barbecue, very, very good. Had a friend did some burnt ends with them. They were phenomenal smoker. Shout out to my buddy Dave Lombari. He is a great smoker. Gonna miss that this year at the campground for sure. Let's check these things out. All right, they are cooking right along. Perfect there. All right. And also we wanted to talk about some of our summery products. So we have a lot of condiments. We have relishes. So let's go talk about our relishes. We have our sweet pepper relish, our Vidalia onion relish, and our Cajun candy. All right. These relishes here must have, whether you're camping, your house, cookouts, Trust me, this right here, if you ever had the little tray they used to bring around to you at Newport Creamery, this is right here what we've based that on. Tastes phenomenal. Our Vidalia onion, we had people looking for it last week. Of course, I did not pack it. Very hard to pack for shows when you have 119 items because you never know which ones to bring. We're always leaving about, I don't know, 20 or 30 back, and unfortunately I left one of those back. Somebody was looking for it. If you like hot stuff, this Cajun candy, you know, as I'm sitting here, I always come up with even more ideas. As I'm standing here talking to you, I'm like, ooh, a little dollop of this mixed in with the honey mustard, give that thing a nice little zest, and put a little spoonful of that inside the croissant. Going to be phenomenal. Cajun candy, very simple. You're looking at sugar, onions, and jalapenos. That is it. And no cucumbers or pickles, however you want to refer to them as. This right here is definitely a go-to. And we also have ketchups. We have 3 different types of ketchups. We have a ghost pepper ketchup, we have a bacon ketchup, and we have a jalapeno ketchup. So once again, with the warm weather coming and the cookouts, and never mind cookouts, just fries. My son loves the bacon ketchup. Jalapeno, ghost pepper, not really his thing, maybe just a little too hot. Let me grab those so I can show you.
Let's try it right away.
All right. So we have our jalapeno ketchup, we have our ghost pepper ketchup, we also have our bacon ketchup, and also I have a fiery herb wing sauce and marinade. This is going to be what closest to what you're going to find, say, to like a buffalo hotness or a buffalo taste with something of our product. Very good for, obviously, for marinating. Never used it quite as for dipping. Use it a lot for chicken, especially chicken breasts. And then we have our chow chow. Chow chow is pickled cabbage. We get asked at every show, what is chow chow? It's pickled cabbage. We have it in regular, and we also have it in hot. Now, the basic thing is, this is, I would say, more used in the South, especially because coleslaw, mayonnaise, not a good combination. So, with having this with the vinegar and pickled, makes it a lot easier for cookouts and things like that. I would say a sauerkraut consistency. That is what you want to base this on. It's crunchy, but it also is soft. And we carry that in hot and in mild. And once again, we're just going over all of our, I would say, summer cookout items. I'm going to take a quick peek here at our croissants. Oh, those are coming up beautiful. And you saw how little I did put into the jam. And when I take them out, you're going to see some of them did come out a little bit. And that's just all about how you want your presentation to look. If you put, the more you put, the messier it's going to look, we'll say, or the fuller it's going to be. Back to our summer items, we also have sweet baby beets. I don't want to say just summertime, this is pretty much all the time. We sell out of this quite often at our shows. Pickled baby beets, pretty much no explanation needed there. Sweet jalapenos, exactly what they are. You're looking at sugar and jalapenos. And these are sweet, yet a wonderful, wonderful meal. Wonderful side to a meal. Let's see. And the last two that I wanted to go over was our pickles. We have our regular bread and butter pickles, and we also have our hot bread and butter pickles. Hot bread and butter pickles just have basically the jalapenos sliced up and put right in there. You can see them right through the jar as you look at them. So we have our bread and butter and our hot. So this is our, I would say, must have at least 3 of these on hand at all time for cookouts. I would say right now in my house I have the Vidalia onion relish, I have the hot bread and butter pickles that my wife brings to work daily, and I also have the beets at home. I also have the sweet, I also have the honey mustard as well. Okay, so these are just about ready to come out. So let me move some of this product out of the way. Once again, if you guys have any suggestions or any questions, whether it's what pairs well with another product, with a meat, or what can I do with these ingredients I have, or whatever it may be, please comment below. We'd be more than happy to answer you. Okay. sometimes I was going to spray the bottom, or sometimes I put a little bit of olive oil. Let me just grab my spatula or my fork. Sometimes they just need a little help getting unstuck on the bottom, that's all. Oh, these look amazing. That's our blueberry. There's our strawberry. And then, as you can see, like I said, sometimes they'll open up a little bit and you'll have a little come out. You could scrape it off. It would be fine for presentation. Same there. I just took the best two looking off, of course. And then once again, as the ham, as I said, would sometimes sneak out the side. Your cheese is going to melt and poke out right at the ends. All right. And to finish these off, what we're going to do is, I always put a little, just this honey mustard, the coloring is so amazing. Dipping it in there, dipping it is phenomenal. You could even take a small knife if you want, and you can put a little inside. You could paste it on top, however you prefer that. This, what we'll do, we got our confectionery sugar. And literally just want to just dust the pan. And there we go. There you have it today. And that's my jam. What we did, we had our sweet and savory treats. We had our savory ham and cheese croissant. It is filled with ham and cheese with our honey mustard. As you can see, nice dipping sauce. Put that right there. And you have these as well. I'm going to break them right open for you. I want you to see what they're going to look like. Look at that. Right inside. Wonderful. Gooey. Cooked all the way through. Same here. You got melted cheese. Wonderful. Thank you very much for joining us today here, and we hope to see you next week. I don't think we actually discussed yet what we were making next week, so stay tuned. We'll put a post out on Facebook, and that is all we have for today. Once again, you can reach us at weebejamandri.com. We are at our store, 1923 Post Road in Warwick, Rhode Island, open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, Saturday, 10 to 2. And this Saturday coming up, don't forget, come on by the Crown Plaza. We're there from 10 to 3:30. You do not need to be there the whole time. Come on by, over 100 vendors. We have food, we have baby animals, we have so much stuff for Easter. Buy anything you need for your for birthdays coming up, holidays. We will be there and hope to see you there as well. Once again, thank you for watching us and being part of That's My Jam.